shadow with me as I go through a house. Don't know how it's going to work. I don't have anybody here to hold the camera phone for me, but we're going to set up, do the outside shots, then go inside, and from start to finish, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, sound works. If this worked out, great. I'll try to look at comments if there is any while I'm doing this, and we'll go from here. So let's start out. This is in Casa Grande, Arizona. Small 1,500 square foot house. And we're about 1 minute into this live. Let's see how long it takes. Let's flip around. All right, have my camera set up for this shot. Usually I'm over to the left a little bit more, but in this case, I'm gonna be over this way and angle it because of that tree will block the doorway. So I'm just gonna set up my camera, make sure the focus is in, take the shot. Then I'm going to go directly in the middle, take that shot, straight on shot, and then I do the same thing over here. If there's an RV gate or anything, I get those in the shots as well. And center the house at each angle. Now I shrink down my feet so the camera is at the bottom of cabinet height of kitchen, which is generally this height right here. So this is probably not working out, but I appreciate anybody trying to watch. My next shot is straight on, get the front door and the address numbers in there. That's great if you have anybody else helping you out. They'll be able to tell you which house it is. Let me take this out of the pocket. All right, sorry about that. So I go into the house. If there's a nice doorway or anything, I make sure to get that shot. But there isn't. This is just a basic, standard home. Nothing exciting or thrilling. So we'll go around, turn on all the lights. There is this vent that came down from there. I am not going to attempt to put it back up. We'll just hide it around the corner for now. Go around, turn on lights, adjust any blinds that you need to adjust. This one's broke, so we'll leave it the way it is. Make sure the toilet seat's down. Turn on this light. And this one, you might have a walk-in closet, which is important. So I'll get that door open and get that done. Sorry. Of course, Frankie and Scott, hope it helps. I don't know if that phone call messed anything up. All right, all the lights are on in here. The pantry is open. One thing I like to do is turn on the light above the stove. And the same in here. All right. So this type of fan usually has a remote to it, but I don't see a remote anywhere. Okay, here we go. So you don't need the toilet seat up. It's one of the biggest pet peeves of people is toilet seats being up. And so we're gonna do this without a light on in here. I don't see the remote for it. Okay, here's something to think about when you're adjusting the blinds. Looks great when you can see up and see blue sky, but at the same time, you don't really want to fight with that when you're editing. So I just twisted enough so most of that is gone. So you still see out somewhat. Not fighting with that bright spot in your edits. And so when we're doing the picture in this closet, I know the agent will want this area shown. So this closet will actually be a couple photos. All right. Let's do this one. All right, this one's broke too. This one is broke. This one is not broke. That's gonna be interesting. It is broke. All right. So these three windows are gonna be totally different in the photos, but we will live with that. And if you're getting motion sick, I am sorry. Looking for the light for this. Okay, that's something. All right, so we got the house ready. Hope it wasn't too dizzying. When you get to a vacant house, a lot of the times lights aren't gonna work, blinds aren't gonna open. Just do the best you can. And when you send the photos to your client, just put in the notes. Blinds won't adjust. If I find cockroaches, anything dirty, I let the agent know or whoever ordered the photos. But I'm gonna put this in my pocket. Hopefully it gives a good enough angle while I'm doing this. And that took about 5 minutes to get the house ready for photos. So let's get started. Oh, also, earlier I was in here that those blinds were open and it was really bad looking. So I opened it all the way. Usually if it looks nice, I'll have that slit open and then open it up so you can still see out. Hopefully this angle works. All right, so I put my camera, I could probably do this holding it. All right, so I put my camera in the entryway. There is a wall here, so I make this fake corner come to here, and then I get as close as I can to this wall. And then I balance the camera for the shot. And then there's a little bit of a wall on this side, so I want to move it so I don't see that wall there. And then take the shot. And then this is where I just go from corner to corner to corner. So I'll go over here. And then I'm gonna line up with this wall to here and then get as close as I can to this wall. And remember, if you see my other videos, this camera is in constant focus, infinity focus. So once I have it set, I don't have to worry about focus because everything gets in focus. And then I get in here. I don't like to cut walls off or hallways in half, and I don't like to cut windows in half. But if I have to choose one over the other, I decide what it looks like in here. But in this case, right over here is just the edge of the wall and that window's still in. So we are good to go. Balance is so touchy, that's right there. And when you're doing your photos, you don't necessarily have to do all four corners, especially in a vacant house. Because we got from here showing this way, we got from there showing this way, and then we got from there showing that way. I probably could have just got away with this corner, and over here, or even over there. but I kind of overkill it because I don't want to choose what my clients want to use. And it doesn't take that long, especially when there's no windows, to edit these photos. When there's non-photo windows. No, non-window. Never mind. I'm going to move on from whatever that comment was. All right, so I got the four corners of the living room, and then now I'm going to move to the kitchen / dining room. And this kitchen is actually a kind of a harder one to do because it has this lip and the lift. So I'll show you what I do to get around that and work on it. And to answer that question, I didn't see who said it, but I do a minimum of 2 photos in each room, and kitchen, master, and living usually get 3, unless it's so a house like this, if I wasn't doing live and I was kind of paying more attention to where I was setting up, I would have probably had 6 photos in this whole area since it's vacant and there's nothing to show other than the dining and all that. But yeah, that's the general rule, but I don't limit how many pictures I take. I don't know about your area, but in my area, my competition used to charge, like they would say, 20 photos, and then for 1,500 square feet, and then you pay more for more than that. But I found it doesn't cost that much extra or take that much time to do the extra photos. If it costs me $5 more to edit the photos or time to do a few more photos to get the right shots, it's just better for you, makes you look better. So a really quick tip, if you're using a screen like this, and look how dark it is, I can't see walls or anything. So what I do is I put my hand in front of this to change the lighting, and then it lets me see the wall on either side. So I just basically wanted to see where that door was in the photo. Works out, so I'll take the photo. And this is just a corner shot from the dining room. And I'm not gonna do one from here, but I am gonna do a straight on shot. Whenever there's close walls together, here and here, I'll do a straight on as much as I can because it looks a lot better, makes the space look bigger as well. And again, for anybody that just joined, we're just doing a off the cuff live just to show what it's like actually on a job. And I'll try to answer any questions if there are any. So I'm doing this one straight to get that angle. Now here, these cabinets right here are actually higher than a little bit higher than normal. Usually they're about here because you can see that's where my camera is set up. But they will work. You just don't want to be able to see the bottom of the cabinets in your shots. So I'm going to raise my camera up just a hair. So I don't see those shots or the bottom of the cabinets. And then, so we're gonna have to think the best way to show the kitchen, and so it doesn't feel small because this wall here, it'd be greater if it's a peninsula or island. Try to work around this. So what I do first is I go inside the kitchen and I line up my camera to this counter and I go as far as I can over this way to get this side. So I'll set up the camera, then I'll show you. All right. So if you can see the counter right here, I have it straight, and then I have this side over as much as I can over here. In fact, I might just focus because I cut off so much of that cabinet. I am going to choose not to show the counter over here, just the exit, and then show this cabinetry on this side. What I usually do is show a little bit of the counter here and then take the shot, but I don't want to cut this cabinet off. The reason I want to show the counter is to show the width of the kitchen. But this is kind of small, so that kind of defeated, that would make it look worse, in my opinion anyway. So I'm gonna do this shot straight on. I'm in the laundry / pantry. And now I'm gonna get into this corner, kind of do the opposite of what I just did over here. I'm gonna put it in this corner here. I might put this foot in here, just get more back in the corner, and then get this shot. All right, so I don't want to cut off the window over here, and I want to show as much of that hallway exit right there. And it's pretty close to the level, and take that shot. And that's pretty much the shots of inside the kitchen, but I want to show, boy, that's ugly. So I was gonna do a straight on shot just over the lip right there, because this wall is just in the way no matter what we're doing. So from the shot that I shot over here, people will get the idea that there's a wall there, but I don't want to, when they're showing off the kitchen in their MLS, I don't want them to be focused on this giant wall. So I'm just gonna see what is best, get a little bit of door over here. Oops, let's stop that. And a little bit of doorway over there, kind of center the kitchen. And I'm gonna get a little bit of this peninsula. I'm just gonna get a little bit of it in the shot so people get an idea visually where this shot is. All right, then small room shots. This is the laundry and the pantry. So I am going to get this set up like I normally do, drop it down just a hair to my normal height. And adjust the camera. So it's pretty good, but I don't see, oh, there we go. Since there's no laundry room or washer and dryer, just get as much as the stuff so they know what this is, the hose, bibs, the plug, so they know what that is. And then once you get in, since it's so small, you want to show that this is a pantry also. So I'm gonna put the camera as far back in the corner as I can, and then I'm gonna get it set up so I can click the photo and move out of the way. But I'm going to move this door so the camera is looking at it like this. So you can still see it's out in the kitchen, and you can still see it as part of the pantry. It's gonna be upside down looking at this one. Do not try this at home. This is complicated. I'm gonna have to squeeze back in here to do it and be able to see. All right. Boy, this is so awkward. I appreciate anybody watching this. Oops, took some accidental photos. So I am getting this side lined up with the wall, and then whatever ends up here. And that door is pretty good. So, and then since I'm sitting down here, I'm gonna go ahead and take the picture. And then if anybody's interested, if you want, really do appreciate you watching this. This is very awkward, but if you want to see the results, let me know if you want me to put a link to these. I'll have these edited and finished tomorrow. So next is the master. So basically this is the process. I go to the front, do the main living room, and then go to the dining or the kitchen, whatever the flow of the house is. Once you get that done, you go to the master. Sometimes you have to change the flow because people and things aren't ready, but generally you want to do that flow so when you send the photos to your client, they might not remember which room is which. So if you send it to them in a flow, it makes it so much easier for them to put it together. Now remember, we didn't have this one. The light wasn't working. Some houses you'll get into where you have to choose the fan or the light. Always choose the fan being off if that's your only choice. So I was in the main entrance. And then my next photo, if I'm doing the master, if it's furnished, I definitely do 3 shots or more. If it's vacant, I get at least 2, one at the main entrance, and then the other one from another corner that shows where the bathroom and the closet are. And then in this case, I can get all 3 doors, the entrance, bathroom, and closet. So I set this up so it's showing those 3. And to give a little bit of effect, since there is no furniture to shoot around, we'll do a straight shot so people can kind of get an idea that this is a big walk-in closet. All right, then I go into the bathroom. Nice master bathrooms usually get 2 shots. This one is just gonna get 1. And then I get my camera in just far enough to get the lens just past the wall. But if I angle it correctly, you won't see it in the photo, the reflection of the mirror. Just saves a little bit of time in editing. If this had a nice lights up here or a nice floor, I might do a flip on the camera, but we will take this shot. It's a little darker in there, so it takes a little bit longer. And then the same with the closet. Just get in here, take the shot. And then when I'm in here, I am just making it so people can understand there's this whole extra spot. Again, your realtor might not use this extra photo, but it's better to have it, better to do it. They'll love you for it. And then without too much talking, I will finish the last few rooms so you can see the speed I actually go at it with. So I'll give you an idea of how long it takes to do it. So I'm setting up in this corner. And then I usually go to the opposite corner if I can, if there's nothing in the way. And again, I show closet in my second shot. That's the main thing I'm going for, is showing a closet. And in this case, it shows the closet and the door for the entrance. This is a pretty good walk-in closet, so I'm going to show that. And for some reason, when I'm showing these walk-in closets in the guest rooms, I like to show a little bit of the door frame. I don't know why. but it makes it more interesting, and it just something I do. I'm not sure why. And the same with the guest bathroom. Same setup with the camera, just past that wall. So you can see if you set it up too far in, you can see the camera. So I'm just going to step back a little bit. And that'll be good. Just a little bit of editing, maybe crop it out. Just depends on how it looks. And while that's taking a picture, I'm going to move these out of the way. Done. And then the last bedroom. Let's see. Oh, that worked out good. Didn't have to move it at all. Then opposite side, I always close the closet. We go to the opposite side to show the closet, so people know that it is a room and not a den or an office. Then we go to the garage. Usually the garage is skipped. But if it's a vacant house, I get a picture of the garage just in case they actually want it. And I usually just do this shot. If there's cabinetry or anything, then I might do a couple other shots to focus on the cabinets. Wonder how heavy I'm breathing while I'm walking around in this. Take a little bit longer because I have it set on automatic aperture, so when it's darker, it's just a slower process, obviously. Turn off the light. All right, so we are 20 minutes into live. And if I wasn't doing the recording and talking, this would have probably been a 10, 15-minute job. So I'll give you an idea. There are some days that I've done 9 photo jobs, but all of them, or most of them, were vacant. And when it's vacant, you can get it done a lot more quick. If this had somebody in it, it takes, instead of 15 minutes, it would take 30 to 45 minutes. If they're not ready, an hour. But get back to this. So now I'm outside. There is not a lot in this backyard, so I'm gonna basically do a couple corner shots and then we'll be done. Oh, I thought I switched that around. Sorry, you were staring at me. There we go. So I got the corner here. Usually I will stand right here and take a shot going this way or a shot going that way, but the yard's so small and that corner's not very far. I just went over there, took that shot. Now I'm gonna see if standing in this corner makes sense, which I'm guessing because of the size of the yard, this is probably the best angle to show the peak. And look, there's clouds, so I won't have to fake the clouds today. And that's pretty much it. We are done. I might do one straight on like this if I can get the peak in this shot. Let's see. Yep. So, especially when I first started out, it took me a lot longer to do photos. I overtook photos. I wanted to see what would look best, what wouldn't look best. And if you're just starting out, take too many photos. DSLR, you can always delete the ones you don't want to edit later, see the different views, and all of the fun stuff. But here in Arizona, my competition and I both, as an add-on, install posts, lock boxes, and store their signs for the agents. So even though I'm done in this house, I have to put a post, sign, and lockbox up, which is anywhere between $40 and $70 additional, which maybe I should do a video on all the add-ons I do. But if I do a house like this, you don't make a lot of money. Obviously doing back-to-back 15 minutes each, you can make really good money. But where I really make the money is my add-ons. So if somebody orders a $150 basic package, and then they add on posts, Twilight, drone, 3D plan, Matterport, that $150 package grew to $600. And that's really where you can make a lot of money, because adding those things on might take an extra 15 minutes, but that's your profit will skyrocket and stuff. So for example, this client, I store their signs. I'll show you. I store their signs, and I put up the post to put the sign on. It's really easy. A stake. I just pound the stake into the ground. I put the post on, hang the sign, and what's great about this, the impact team, I have all their signs, I have all their lock boxes. So who are they going to call when they need photos? Me. They don't have a secondary person. They don't have anybody to back up. So I have about 50 clients that I store their signs and hang up their posts for them as an add-on. But it's actually, they pay extra for me to put it on. And it's a way for me to be sure that they'll call me back. We have great photos. We do great product. But that's it. Pretty much done. I won't show you pounding it in and putting the key in the lockbox. I appreciate everybody sticking around, whoever was in and out. Scott, I think you stayed the whole time. What was that last message you said? Yes, I do. I'll do a video on that, but yeah, I do offer discount when things are bundled. But again, once you do, I have everything's in a package. So when people start to add things on, everything's a little bit cheaper instead of individually doing it. And then also if it's a client that gives me their signs and I start doing all their posts and stuff, I also give them a group discount for all the people on their team. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Don't know how to end it. There we go.